G'day guys, welcome to the Mailbag review show for Memsie Stakes Day at Caulfield. Druzy and I will do our best to take you through the meeting, highlight a couple of horses worth following.
First day of spring.
There's a stack worth following. We'll probably just pick up as we go along what we want to follow because there's obviously a lot of nice horses coming back.
A few good lookers, few scrappy lookers as well from the sounds of it. So.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, some interesting parades on the weekend.
Just first things first, straight into it. Movers results for the weekend. Midterm, $23.
It's a pretty sick way to start the day. I bet a little bit in run.
Yeah.
But I didn't trade anything back. And I was fucking, yeah.
I've done my balls in play. I thought it was home at the 150, and then it's just had that little stumble, and I think that's proven the difference.
Yeah. Shitty way to start, but they happen now.
They do. Mounting up mail, you realistically chipped away all day. You're ahead and coming into the last, and then you semi-launched on Jamaican Rain.
Probably the ADD kicked in, to be honest. I was out in the piss on Saturday night and I was still kicking myself.
Yeah.
I'll go for a piss or something, like, fucking idiot.
I think
I just got a bit itchy and I thought there's enough market support here for the right...
they smashed that in.
The right stable. It paraded as good as I've ever seen it. Track looked like it would suit that position. It's drawn fucking 6 or something. I didn't anticipate it ending up 3 wide without cover.
Yeah.
But yeah, I built up a lead on what I think is a really tricky card. And
Very
often
tricky
is.
track.
And I've fucking blown it in the last. So we've lost 3 units or 2 units.
Well, prime example of what our trackman said after race 3. He's come down and said, we're sitting on the middle level with all the brains trust. He's come down and said, this is the type of day where, a punter who's a real professional, who's, doing the big stuff, he knows, would just put away all his bets and just say, nah, this is nothing, because it's just so greasy out there and just so slippery for the horses.
Yeah, I think that's worth noting because it won't be talked about. The track was not soft, but it was slippery. Yeah. And some horses don't like that. And I agree. I wish I'd heard what he was saying before the last 2 races, but I agree. That's how I played today.
Yeah.
Like,
and I would say, we're not having a go at the track manager there. That's simply the rain that's come down.
Oh, I thought the track was excellent.
Yeah, the track was great.
When the rain comes out, can come Melbourne, it's a bit slippery sometimes.
Yeah. And
it's an outdoor sport.
Prime example, I go back to Samaretti beating Buffering by 5.5 at Moonee Valley. Gapped him on a day it was exactly the same, very just slippery, and horses don't let down sometimes, and then some just handle it.
Yeah.
And I guess when you got horses from the Weir stable who are performing on this type of stuff.
Be careful what you say there, Drew.
This type of surface back home, in Warrnambool and stuff, they get used to it a little bit. So
yeah, well, certainly not. He's flying though, DK, isn't he?
That's the only thing I can put it down to. Anyway,
reckons the market knows which ones are going to win and which ones aren't, though. Apparently.
Well,
thought it was very interesting because it was a long day and I was bored, I guess, because I controlled myself so much. Yeah. I launched hard at Pete's when Pete found his own horse. Yeah. What's it called? Rebel King.
Yeah.
When he found his own horse, I was driving home and I fucking launched. And it won. Yeah. It won with about 20 minutes to go on my drive. Yeah. By the time I got home, I was so anxious about this fucking protest for team riding.
So I was watching this on Sky.
The fact that it even took as long as it did, but when they uphold one, what is that going to mean for Victorian racing and New South Wales racing, where a stable has 5 runners in half the races?
So interestingly, I know how seriously he was shitting himself. You were shitting yourself in the messenger chat. Just come on, let me know what's going on. I'm watching it on Sky. I'm going shit.
Yeah, because I'd got home and had didn't shower. I'd had a beer, real quick one. Yeah. Changed my shirt, and I was in an Uber. Yeah. Still hadn't fucking got a result.
Yeah, I know it took forever. They were trying to find every way as well. I got this bloke next to me just
chatting away, and I don't like sounding like if you talk about punting too much, they just think you're a degenerate.
Oh, they do, yeah.
Victim, And I was like, look, I can't concentrate, mate. I've had a stupid amount on a horse here, and they're having a protest, which means it won, but if they decide I've actually lost all the money and I thought I'd won it,
banked it.
Pumped it.
You're ready to have a good night.
I can't concentrate on what you're saying. Just give me 5 minutes. I'm sure I'll get a result. And then it was bad.
Yeah.
But we got it. Thank fuck. But it does if they start to get keen on team riding, the stewards, it's going to change a lot, I reckon, because there's
a lot that happens. Yeah. A lot that may have happened over the weekend. Viewer questions. Start. First things first, Michael. He wants to know about a tutorial for punting form. So I think
we've just spoken about this. Drew's got the technical know-how to. One of our YouTube shows will just speak for a part of it, and you'll on the screen there you'll see my computer, and I will preview one race, and I'll do the race. I won't have started it till we do the show, and I'll show you exactly how I use punting forms workbooks, which I think is probably their best feature of the software that they give you. You can create your own prices, put in some comments for each runner, comment for the race, and then you can create a speed map.
Yeah.
So in the coming weeks we'll do that. I'm moving house today and tomorrow. Hopefully I'm done tomorrow. Then I'm going to Ballarat, which I'm looking forward to. Well, love a Wednesday meeting down at Ballarat.
Maybe not the drive, but everything else.
Awesome. Yeah, so it's a big week coming up, but when I get time, we'll do this. We'll do that for you.
Perfect. From Adam C. Summer jumping off Vega Magic for the Everest, a bit premature, blinkers were off, still didn't really settle enough for a solid last crack at the 1400 still. Seems a fair chance for me,
I don't think
speed of it.
I don't think Vega Magic jumped that cleanly. I don't think Vega Magic appreciates the slippery sort of surface there was on Saturday. And I agree, blinkers off is key. The horses run really well. The other horses that were like second, first and third have run last, second last and third last. So there's a lot of merit in the run. I think he's better at 1200. I'd be pretty scared of him if he parades well in the Everest.
Yeah, agree on that. Brent, similar thoughts on Vega. Kingsville Dream, he reckons, has the Caulfield Cup at its beckoning, and Miss Fabulous will win a nice mile mare race this spring.
What race is Miss Fabulous?
That was up in Sydney, just ignore that one.
Kingsville Dream's untapped here. I can't disagree. I think it's the most likely winner of the Caulfield Cup, but it is yet to put some big numbers up, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, agree on that. Josh, how pivotal is in-play betting to your long-term profit, whether minimising losses or maximising winning? How highly do you rate it going forward?
I think in-play betting is an intelligent way to wager, but it should not be your sole focus. Like, I think the people who struggle, and when I've struggled, is when you get too focused on one part of the whole game, like times, too focused on the yard, too focused on whatever. There's situations where you might have mapped a horse to be here and it's landed there and you want to get something on that. Or if you mapped Vega Magic to lead on Saturday and you've had 1,000 on it and then it hasn't led or it's been slightly slow away, you'll be able to get out for just about whatever you've got in at if you so want. I think in-play betting's much more lucrative if you're laying, unless you bet just as they're jumping.
Yeah.
So, for instance, on Saturday we backed Native Soldier, and we only had one unit on it, but that was because I was really scared where it was going to land.
Yeah.
Soon as I saw the intent from Dean Yandel, who was wearing Craig Williams pants all day, which was odd, I definitely had a couple of clicks at it.
Well, he's also not actually had to push it out either.
Yeah, because I can't take the attitude to in-play, which I don't do every race, but it's there to use. It's like every tool, you know. There's like not every race I bet into it either on Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm trying to reassess the race after 200 real quick.
Yeah.
Fuck, he's leading. This is good. Boom.
Race 4 will be prime example. We'll talk about it for you a bit more in the show anyway.
Yeah. So race 1, I had an okay result because I got something on High Church when he went forward.
Yeah.
Because I was already on midterm and they were walking. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I didn't. I just kept.
Well, my original plan when the race jumped in my head was I might try and lay some back on midterms because I knew I was going to lead.
Yeah.
So I might just set some lays in through the race just to get my stake back and then maybe a little bit more. But then when High Church went, I backed it and it was good. But they're two examples of it working.
Yeah.
It's not always like that. It's often the other way. that when you're backing, I think you can get burnt.
Definitely, I think.
Because you're often taken well under the odds, especially in Australia.
Yeah, agree on that. Due to liquidity. That's all the
that'll
questions.
change in time, I reckon.
Oh, definitely. It's still increasing now, I'd say.
Oh, I'm getting tired, mate. Let's kick on.
Let's go for it. Race 1, 2,400 metres, open handicap. They've absolutely...
Shithouse race, of no interest.
I'll give you the data real
Midterm's
quick.
going well. Yep.
Punting form data, first 600, they ran 6 lengths below class benchmark, which was led by midterm, and they've come home, so High Church has come home 3.5 above class standard. So they've crawled early, they've gone above normal late, as you expect from looking at it.
Yeah, and there was a bit of a specking for High Church late, a little bit for Master Zephyr, who ran pretty well, I thought, and Tall Ship, and obviously good money for midterm. The other one they backed was a beer.
Yeah.
Don't think it was suited the way the race was run.
No.
And Jameer and Red Alto were friendless late.
Jameer's just not suited by a slow tempo. It's a horse.
I doubt there was a lot of money bet though. What?
Not really on this race. No, it didn't feel like it when you're looking at the exchange. Not a lot to learn there, to be honest. I think we just move on.
Nothing to learn at all.
Race 2, 1,200 metres, BM78. Fast run race, 5.6 above class benchmark early. Brian's run home 2.5 above the class benchmark, final 600 metres. Interestingly, this is the best overall performance compared to class benchmark for the day on punting form data.
It's another horse from Warrnambool. They've won 6 races in a day.
Yeah.
Haven't they?
Yeah, and then Oberland's been the one that's obviously flown home 4.7 above class benchmark.
Oh, Warrnambool.
So, interestingly as well, Brian's final 200, 56 fastest of the day, which just tells you they've gone really fast early, but still not too bad late, I'd say.
But he's gone pretty good for a benchmark 78 on a Saturday, worth 60 grand.
Yeah, very much so. Some good horses to follow.
Again, the race proved torture to bet into. I do think Overland will win next start, though. It can't find it's got to find the right race. Grey Shadow was okay, I thought. Holbein was good. It was obviously not there to win.
No.
It's drifted 480 to 7. Started 740 on the fair. So it's a fairly good indication. A bit like yesterday with the Weir Stable there at Geelong race 10. When Tomasa was 3s out of 7s on the fair late. I looked in the steward's report, couldn't see anything about it, which I thought maybe they might have just
asked a question.
Yeah. Like, how did the market know for sure that this really good horse was not going to win?
Yeah.
Like, it's a serious amount of money to take that from 3s to 7s.
A massive amount. Even though it's, Sunday racing, that was probably one of the most looked at races of the day because everyone knows Tomasa, based on what happened with it being friendless the last start.
Luckless.
Yeah.
Not friendless.
Sorry, that's right.
Back when Australia was on it.
Yeah.
Brian was back late.
Well, they're no longer friends.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm really keen to see where Oberland goes. Hopefully, back to something real soft.
Yeah.
Right sort of track. I'll take $2 a softer race.
I think I'd want to keep it away from Moonee Valley now. I think it's just proven to me that if it goes to Flemington or Caulfield,
I want
because they've been running it at Moonee Valley quite a bit, and
nice
it just can't get the win there. So
it's ready now.
Yeah.
It's ready now. Race 3.
Yep, race 3, 1,400 metres, open handicap, an absolute crawl, 8.7 lengths below class benchmark, first 600. Overall punting form race data, 5.3 below benchmark, so it was absolute, no ratings race.
Yeah, so they walked early, so the bunch finished.
Yeah.
I think it's just a low race and not a lot to be learnt at all.
Any of them that you think are genuine going forward?
I think Samovar could improve. It didn't parade very well. It was completely... It started $8.80 on Betfair. It was $4.50 in the morning.
Yeah.
So it wasn't ever trying to win.
And it wasn't suited at all, by the way.
Not suited, so it can improve.
Yeah.
Soho Ruby was as big as a house.
Yeah.
Look, borderline in foal. It's going to have a nice prep, I reckon.
Yeah.
That tells me she's had a good spell.
Good up, yeah.
So, yeah.
Just a quick question. I'm not sure if you know exactly about the ride on Artie's Dream. We've already, however you say it.
Dream winner?
Yeah, that's the one. Felt like it was just ridden really quiet, even that final 400. I was just thinking, okay, you kick away at the turn, and she just sat on it. I just thought it still kept whacking away that final 200, and not the two that have won it haven't actually made any, you know, headway on at the final 200. So I thought if she's just kicked it clear at the turn and gone for it, may have.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't pay that much attention to the run, to be honest.
I'm talking through my kick.
I think Artie's Dream Winner will improve if it finds a wetter track.
Yeah, that's fair. That type of style, you think?
Yeah.
Back to Adelaide.
Race 4, 400 metres, Truce.
Open handicap. Adroson has led them around. Only really at benchmark speeds here for the first 600, but it's absolutely compounded. That horse is just absolutely shot. Night's Watch recorded an overall time of, you know, 0.1 lengths below benchmark. So they haven't exactly, you know, done any strong figures here, but Night's Watch has had to do...
It's flying.
Yeah, 4 lengths above benchmark, final 600, and just killed
airborne.
them. Just absolutely killed
them. I thought Life Less Ordinary was a good run for saying, well, probably second start from now, so I thought third up. Fast Net Tempest, really good. This was actually quite an interesting race for myself and the Wish.
Yeah.
I rolled upstairs and $2.40 was the boards.
Yeah.
And I said, the way this track's playing, the way they think it's playing, back fence, this is going to drift. Get it all now. Get all the money. Back it back. And we agreed, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it always is, especially the bookie.
So this is another in-play race. It jumped, and if you notice, I'm not saying it's team riding. Definitely not. I'm not saying that.
Well, not the same team.
But tried and tired for Darren Weir's foreman, Jared McLean.
Yep.
It's always very likely that horse might inject some pace into the race. We'll make sure there's enough.
Yeah, he's a forward horse.
So when that sort of pinged and Night's Watch showed a lot more intent from the gates than it did to say at Flemington.
Much more.
I thought this is,
this is a perfect in-play race.
Yeah, it's a great in-play race, this. Yeah. From a win betting point of view. Yeah. But I raced back upstairs, and I thought, like, this is started 380. It was 240 in the ring at the start. Yeah. Massive. I thought Walsh would have fucking cleaned up.
Yeah. No?
He left it in the bag.
Oh!
which is poor timing, because up next...
Just a quick one on this. What did you think of Petrology from the yard? Just because I know that its figures, it's recorded the second best final.
Well, you meant to ask about any horse, because I've got every note here, every single runner from the weekend.
Yeah. I think if it's
Petrology, okay order, come back well.
Okay, because I think from what I saw late from it, on the punting form data times it says it as well. I think next start will start after, up and distance a bit more, and probably...
I think the horse with the most scope from the race, though, is the two I've mentioned, or often the horses I mention would be horses that I thought were not ready to run near their best and have run well and got through the line nicely.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, Fastnet Tempest and Lifeless Ordinary were both closer to your stature than mine.
Yeah, makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Not that I'm fit though. I'd cost myself money.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet on you in a running race, that's for sure. I've seen you try.
I did my back getting up from taking a shit today. You should have cut that out.
Nah, that's staying in.
I have done it.
Yeah.
I was just getting up.
Yeah, no. That's called being an old man now, mate.
She's like, what are you doing in there? Get me back. Fuck off.
Caulfield Race 5, 1700 metres listed. Another on-speed crawl fest. Call Me Handsome's led 4.4 lengths below class benchmark. Come home only 0.8 lengths above it to record the win.
They've handed it the race.
Yeah.
I can't have this horse or this stable on Saturdays at those odds.
I have to say, when you have...
I backed Mossendale last week. I'm not like bagging the stable. I'm not saying they can't train. I just don't like $2.60 about this horse. No. But I was wrong.
I have to say I backed it. Only because you've said that it's paraded so well.
I said at top, didn't I? Yeah, at top.
And with Holmes went out of the race, with speckers like Will Leisure and a few others that, you know, we thought would be running well. I just thought, look, Miss Admiration is probably the one that's going to run over the top of it, Will. And I just thought it had the class edge on the rest of them. This is probably the only race all day I've actually got right. But
I think the run of the race as a betting proposition moving forward is Mr. Garcia.
Yep.
Sin to Win was pretty good as well.
Well,
I'm not sure what to do with our old mate though, Ventura Storm, who's closed off enormous but walked and moved like a cripple.
In terms of the
I wrote gone. I write these comments before they've jumped.
Yeah.
I try to. Sometimes I get distracted, but
listen to this data though. Recorded the 6th best final 400 of the day.
He's like a walk though.
Yeah, but it's still, this is a horse that's going up to 2,400 to 3,200 metres. So to still be able to reel off those sectionals, it's done a better final 400 than Kingsville Dream. Now, yeah, they've crawled along, so there's no disadvantage of that. But you're saying it's walked like an absolute crab in the yard, and it's probably got more fitness to come. So I'm looking at going, okay, maybe this horse, if they can improve it somehow, has something to come. That's why I look at it. I'm not saying I'm going to jumping on for the futures or anything like that.
I agree. There's definitely enough in that run to be respectful of it moving forward.
And they'll bet a big price next start.
I'd still want 3 or 4 starts still. I backed it.
Okay. I think that's
it's
what it'll probably get.
It's horrible in condition.
Yeah.
Race 6.
Group 3, 1200 metres. Native Soldiers absolutely pushed them.
Brained them,
Druzy. So 4.1 lengths above class benchmark early, and then absolutely dropped on top of the straight and only had to come home, around benchmark. So, the opposite of that is the August, who's run second, got 4.7 lengths, 4.5 lengths below benchmark early. So that's, like an 8-point-something benchmark turnaround on them. But it's flown home 5.4 lengths above benchmark. So it's been a massive run.
It's too good though, DK, isn't it? Like, this thing's hemorrhaged late.
Yeah. Is that 15, 16s, wasn't it?
17s.
Yeah.
17s when I sent it. It started 14s. That's in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
A little bit of hemorrhage.
A little bit late.
DK, too good. Bondi was well backed.
Absolutely just knocked up, did nothing.
Tony Coney, poor. Sanctimonious backed, okay. Rock Hard backed.
Yep.
They sort of just got shown up, didn't they?
Do you reckon next start Tony Niconi in, let's say, a 8-horse field at Moonee Valley with no speed on?
Yeah, but you get the wrong price to find out.
I reckon they'll take it on
could bounce
from
back,
that
but I don't want to find out about it at $3 sort of thing.
Yeah.
I thought, no, it's pretty obvious. I think Seabrook's going all right. The August was a good run, but I just sick it and go harder at Native Soldier. If I had known I was going to cross and lead, I would have had like 5 minutes each way at it. Well,
I think the key was that he didn't have to push it out as well. That horse just showed natural ability to jump, get on speed, and love it. Like that's
he's still wearing Craig Williams pants at this point.
Did he have the Hartnell gear down there as well by chance? Jeez.
I did give. I did ask Glenn Schofield about his ride on Friday about on Princess Posh there.
Oh, what did he say? No reply.
No, they reply when you yell out to them, like you say, "Hey Glenn, how are you?
Yeah.
How are you, man? Hello, how are you? How are you, little man? I'm good, mate. What happened yesterday on Princess Posh? Oh, hello, bye-bye."
Of course he didn't talk about it. Speaking of moving on, like he did, Caulfield race 7, 1400 metres, Group 1. Jungle Edge led them around 0.5 lengths below benchmark on the punting form class ratings. That's just meant that, horses back in the field like Humidor, Kementari, Kingswood Dream have been able to sit at 4 to 6 below benchmark.
I saw on Twitter this morning that on RSN, they've tried to have a go at Weir having too many horses and controlling races.
That's just Matty Stewart.
Did he back it up with any market intelligence?
That's Matty Stewart.
Did he back it up? I didn't listen. Did he?
No.
Because I saw him say, it's often pretty obvious the ones that are able to win. Is he in saying that he's very surprised by the run of Humidor? Right? There are a lot of people, though, who weren't.
No.
Because the thing hemorrhaged. Humidor, what time we jump here? We jumped 17. 5 minutes before the jump, Humidor was matched to $4 on Betfair.
Yeah.
$40. 5 minutes later, it's in 24s.
Yeah. It's come for it late.
Someone knew.
Yeah.
Wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
Fucking hell. I thought it was fat. PR, perfect run. Fuck me. It is hemorrhaged.
Got a bit of a story on this one. So, mate, who at my work, Ben, shout out Ben, he'll be watching. He's come to me on Friday and said, "Mate, Humidor wins the Group 1. I'm like, "Mate,
why?
You're fucking dreaming." I didn't get closer than that because I just discounted him, so I didn't even actually want to hear his opinion on how it was going to win or why. I just said, "You're fucking dreaming."
I thought, moving on, I thought Oregon's Day was almost run of the race.
Massive.
Like, more so for where it's going to be next start. It'll be in a soft mares race, I hope.
Yeah. Oh,
mares race at Flemington.
Do you think it can go up to 1600 for maybe it'll be like a Maya type of horse, Group 1 Maya for the spring?
Yeah, I think it's that's going really well. Dollar for Dollar was perfect in the yard. That's all it's got. Showtime was really good in the yard. Kingswell Dream flying. Kementari flying. Like, if Kementari races against the Humidors and the Kingswell Dreams, I'd be keener the Kingswell Dreams than the Humidors because Kementari was further forward, in my opinion.
I think Kementari won't be going up in distance. So
yeah, I'm just saying, I don't know where they're going.
Yeah. Vega Magic, what do you make of that?
Vega Magic paraded really well. I think it's right on track for whatever they want. The blinkers off was a pretty big it's sort of indicator, I reckon.
It's fallen in a hole.
Happy Clapper, I'd totally forgive if you know your database, whatever you're using. Don't think it handled the trap. I think it got on the wrong leg. It paraded disgustingly. What did I say about it? Poor parade, too toey. It was just too fired up. It can bounce back and I'll just ignore the run.
Yep.
Respect the SP.
What do you think of Showtime not leading?
I thought that's what they'd do. Like,
okay.
Went drawn from 8 to 2.
Yeah.
So he had to cross from 8. Yeah. Just lets him go across in front of him.
Last one, Grunt.
It should look. Has Showtime gone slower early than he did the time before?
I can pull that up while you tell me about Grunt.
Oh, I think Grunt's not been suited so far this prep. It's too early to go to pen him. He doesn't carry a lot of condition. We're sort of getting the right prices to not have to make too much of a decision on him.
Yeah, that's fair.
Whereas your Vega Magics and Kementaris, they're sort of what's always in the market. Grunt's SP is 1750 here. He can do anything.
I'm just trying to get the class numbers overall. He's gone much faster the last start.
Yeah. But he has shit himself here. All the leaders have, and Vega Magic stuck on really bravely.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, do what you want with that. So it's going to be a good race going forward, but how far back you can go, that's the thing. But Happy Clapper's a total forgive for me. Grunt, not penning Grunt.
Yep.
Showtime looked enormous. It looked better than last start. It could be done for the prep already.
Do you think there's a question back to 1200 or something with it, or do you stick with 1400?
I just think it's just not as good as these other horses.
Fair enough. Got its win out of the way when the others were still up and coming.
Oregon's Day's the exciting one for me. So that ran a lot better than I thought it would.
Well, what's it, SP? 90s?
95.
Yeah, there you go.
Right, race 8, 1100 metres.
Group 3, Ball of Muscles led them around 0.3 lengths above benchmark.
So they haven't gone overly quick.
Come home 0.2 below benchmark, and he's just done what he's got to do. The main chances have all been sitting too far back. Santa Ana Lanes recorded the best 8, 6, 400 and second best 200 of the day. Voodoo Lads got the second best 8, 6 and 4 and sixth best 200
and Rich Charles got the best last 2 of the day.
Yeah. So they're all up there in terms of the horses that come home. But
this is when I started to get itchy.
Yeah.
I backed Kimono, who I think is a really, really nice horse. Okay, I am Team Kimono moving forward.
The data on that was quite interesting. It was almost...
It's an okay run. It wasn't suited, I don't think. I thought Cliff's Edge was fine.
Yeah. Kimono, so just the data for
Furyk missed the start, not suited. First among equals, he towed all the stablemates into the straight. He was good. He peaked on his run. Ball of Muscles, I tried to get away from the horse, but like we had in the numbers, it was a good order.
It was there to win.
Brave Smash, flying. It's going to be a good race going forward, despite the like, cruisy tempo of it.
I'd just say Kimono, I think, up in distance next start, let's say 1400 or something. That's where its profile from overseas suggests it's actually best.
Okay.
And I think when you see its 5th best final 600 of the day, but 17th best final 200, that for me kind of just says the sprint wasn't there for it. And if it can just get a little bit longer distance, I don't know, I think it would be better suited by the tempo.
D-Lane sitting on it tells me it's going to be right.
They like the horse. They very much like the horse. Any outside of that, maybe first time among equals, what would you say on it?
Needs weaker, but it's going well.
Okay. Race 9, 1200 metres, Group 3, Prussian Vixen's flown along 4 lengths above class benchmark. Knocked up, was gone at the 400. Elysia's Zoom has literally, backed up its absolute name. It's got away with 3.4 lengths below benchmark early, flown home 7.3 lengths above class benchmark late, and recorded the fastest 200 metres of the day and third fastest final 400. So it's just absolutely killed him there.
Yeah, I think it. Okay, I think the run of the race is Petition. I really want to see where it goes next start. You can forgive Jamaican Rain. You can forgive. There was one other. I can't remember, but Catchy paraded enormous.
Catchy's now been retired.
Didn't try. Oh, yeah. I was just going to say, fuck, it should be. Have they really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they've retired it. I saw something this morning. Yeah.
If I had done the show yesterday, I would have looked like a genius.
Yeah.
It paraded perfectly. Beautiful.
You wanted to just be on it when you saw it, but...
Didn't even try, it's done. I think Rio Lito's probably needs to have a break. Really excited to see what Petition does. Ella Kazoom was fucking impressive, but they get real wide, and sometimes they get real wide and go fast.
How good's Twitter at times? So just it's quite funny.
Yeah, no, we're not bagging them.
It's not bagging. It's just how poorly.
Jamaican Rain's going really well. I think it's quite a brave run. So I want to follow Jamaican Rain and Petition from the race. Respect Ella Kazoom, but yeah, I want to see her do that twice.
What did you think of the Queensland horse Safe Lead?
I don't think it was really tested.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't pen it. There's a busy race towards the end of the day. Most of them were, because they start to overthink the track a bit. And
well, you've had the winner come bloody.
I just don't understand. Like, Jamaican Rain's jumped from barrier 5. This is the premiership winning jockey in Victoria.
Yeah.
Is it in the Stewards report?
I imagine so. They actually, in that type of stuff, they will try and mention it, especially if it's really well backed runner. You got it.
Did it start favourite?
Yeah, it was in the 460 the last time I looked. What have we got on there?
Tell you, if you want to have a good laugh,
a bit late.
Go and read the Stewards report. Like, it's an impossible job they've got, and when they get spun shit by people, you can just see that they just sort of, it's too hard.
Yeah.
Go and read. I'm not criticising anyone. I find this really enjoyable. Read the Stewards report on Overstep's run at Moonee Valley last start. You
mean the one that
Mickey Walker's just given it? The mail is that they don't get on very well, Mickey Walker and the Stewards.
Yeah.
It's just it's comical reading. It's just comical.
It's comical unless it's cost you a $30,000 multi like me, mate.
No, it's it doesn't. It hasn't impacted the race.
I know it hasn't, but you're just reading this.
It's just the conversation. I think I'm not criticising the ride at all. It's just the way the horse jumped. I thought.
But you just want to hear.
But the conversation is fucking.
You just want to get the information out of it from them. Just go, geez, well, you're meant to go forward. You didn't tell us why. He's normally just given none.
Yeah, nothing in there really.
Yeah.
All right, anything else, Drizzy?
Yeah, just a quick last question for you, which I didn't ask at question time, but this is from me. So, the 2 Group 1 races for the weekend, Humidor and Coming Through, both riders have been suspended.
Who rode Coming Through?
Couldn't tell you.
The tripod. It would have been the tripod, Mickey Walker.
Yeah, it was, yeah, you're right.
Good on him. He's a big-time jock. He's underrated.
So, Damien Lane's been handed 10 meetings for the ride on Humidor.
Another tripod.
Almost taking...
They have a tripod off.
Yeah, they do have big whips.
True, don't be grub.
I'm not the one being a grub,
what I was
mate.
talking about.
In terms of Damien Lane, he's been at the stewards through the rules have said, just tell us when you want to take the suspension. Do you think, considering it's a careless riding charge, or I think careless is the exact word they use, should they be choosing when they take the suspension? Shouldn't it be immediate effect from that day? Let's assume they've got riding for the Sunday, so they can do that, right? So that's fine. I can understand that. But he's can choose to ride next Saturday if he wants to. That doesn't seem right to me. Like, if we take it seriously...
I think that they should be able to choose when they want. I think that it's very important to me that D Lane keeps riding horses in Victoria.
So you can keep backing him.
He's a good jockey. And I think they're within their rights to go, oh, I feel like having a holiday here or there. Like, I've been a builder and now I'm a punter. Not knowing what you're doing the next day is shit sometimes. So that, and if I can organise, if they get cop 2 weeks, you know, I'll take that in a week and a half, book the flights to Bali, off you go.
It's not
they deserve that.
It's not really...
There's no intent in what he... Like, there's no... Oh, I'm making noises. It's the 8AD. Oh, there's no... He's not trying to hurt anyone. He's just trying to get his horse to win the race. I like that.
Of course, but you got to do it in a way where you're not going to potentially knock someone off a horse. Like, I'm not sure if you saw the Michael Walker one too much on coming through, but he's realistically smashed into Dixie, whatever its name is, up there and taking its right foot running.
And then what did he do? He won the race.
Yeah, and probably cost
God bless
the other
him.
one.
I don't even back it, but I know plenty of people would have, and they would just say, fucking legend Mickey Walker.
And I'm not even talking through my kick. You know this, I did not back Tom Melbourne. So I
he jumped off. He jumped off, and then I thought he was going to win the Stewards room. That would have been the best.
Oh, I would have just left even earlier than I did.
All right, anything else?
No, it's all. Looking forward to the week. Wednesday, you're at Ballarat. Looking forward to it.
Likely at Ballarat. Yeah. I'm still a chance of
Pete's back at Belmont.
Scratching you.
Good old Pete's going okay, thanks to the Master Rebel King.
Yeah, his set would have been pretty good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It was good when I started using it.
We got the early winner as well, actually, so first race, yeah.
I can't do them all.
Yeah.
Belmont and Sydney jumped out at the same time, I reckon.
Oh, they were getting sent out pretty close, which is a bit of a pet peeve of me of the timekeepers as well. There's no reason to do that.
They can't create the whole schedule of Saturday racing around the Malabar products, Druzy.
Well, let's make them, mate. Last one.
Now, hang on, before I forget,
you go.
I hope that on Thursday we will be announcing a beer sponsor.